Welcome to GISTUBE TV first. Let me just do that here. Subscribe to this channel. Just subscribe already. I mean, if you've been coming or you're new here, don't worry. You're in good hands, in safe hands. Subscribe to this channel. Like this video already. I promise you're going to enjoy it.
Former Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari is dead. He passed away on the early morning of Sunday, the 13th of July, 2025. Chai, what a sad day. This man left office just in 2023 after he came in 2014. And he was sworn in on the 29th of May 2015. He was Nigerian's president until the 29th of May 2023. He died in London. Where he had been reportedly critically ill before then. The thing is, when Buhari was president of Nigeria, he spent the larger part of his tenure actually moving from hospital to hospital. He went to London several times for medical emergencies and medical tour a lot of time. And it was even reported severally while he was in office that he had passed on. In fact, there was time they said that it was no longer Buhari that was running the realm of affairs in Nigeria, that they had to do a body clone. There was a clone. There was a clone that was, presiding in Nigeria. But now officially they've made a statement concerning the passing of President Muhammadu Buhari. According to Garba Shehu, the former spokesperson, he announced his demise and he made a post concerning it. He said the family of the former president has announced the passing on of the former president Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, this afternoon in a clinic in London. May Allah accept him. Hajanatul Fidaus, Amen. That was what he said. They said that he went for a routine checkup in London, medical visit, and they saw that, he was ill, and then they put him under observation, but he eventually passed on. We actually don't know what happened to him, right? And they even discharged him from the ICU unit from one of the London hospitals where he eventually passed on. So they had discharged him from ICU. He had come back. He was still in London, right? He was in the hospital in London in the UK, but he eventually passed on. And also recently, it came to limelight, right? That back in 2017, when they said that rats had infested the office of the president, right? He admitted that invasion story, the rat invasion story, was fabricated to actually distract Nigerians from his ill health. So that's why I said that for the most part of his tenure, he was actually battling health issues. They said that, because he went to London, right, in 2017 for about 3 months. And people are like, okay, if the president is going to be gone for that long, you should have his vice president assume office or something, acting on his behalf. He can't just leave the presidency void like that. And so when he came back on the 19th of August back in 2017, they said, he can't work from office because he was still ill. They said that was also when the news of him being a clone, when we heard of it, right, that he had to work from home. He could not return to Aso Villa. And he now said that people were now asking what was happening, right? He now said, they had to act very fast because they heard that people were saying that, maybe rats had infested his office because they didn't use it for a while. So he said, let him just pin the story and lead into the speculation that, okay, let's just say that the president wasn't resuming work from his office because rats had infested and had damaged the cables and renovations were ongoing. They now asked him that what kind of rat did they have in the villa, right? And now told story that rats can actually eat anything, blah 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 blah. And that when the Minister of Information then, Lai Mohammed, and the Vice President then, M0URNS, asked him, he said it was intentional and he wanted to shift the conversation away from the president's health. And according to him, it actually worked. But now look at it. This man has still passed on from that illness. It's quite sad to hear of the passing of this man who had returned to Daura, where he came from. Like, that is his home. That's where he was born there in Katsina State. That's where he hails from, and he returned there after his regime, ended in 2023. He left there, went to Katsina. They received him, and he's been there since. So it's sad that this man has gone. This man had a military career. He was Nigerian's head of state from 1983 until 1985. Right? It was Nigerian head of state from 1983 to 1985. Then, he had all his politicking. He came back and said that he wanted to campaign for presidency back in 2003 was when he started his first presidency journey. He ran for president under the All Nigerians People Party, but he was defeated by Olusegun Obasanjo, who was the incumbent president, who was the sitting president. In 2007, he tried again, and he wanted to contest under the AMPP also, but Umaru Musaya Hadua, may God rest his soul, won. Both of them actually from Katsina State too. Yar'Adua won. In 2011, he joined CPC, Congress for Progressive Change. He helped to found it. He contested also. He ran against Goodluck because Yar'Adua had passed on. Goodluck had acted on his behalf, and then Goodluck now started his actual tenure as president, right, in 2011 because Buhari lost. And then in 2015, he contested against Goodluck Jonathan, and Goodluck Jonathan conceded defeat and congratulated him, and he became president in 2015. And then secondly, in 2015 also, every other person that contested against him and all that, he still won and retained his vice president Yemi Osinbajo that was in 2019. He retained Osinbajo as his vice president for his second term in office. So he ruled for 2 terms, 8 years in office in the nation, Nigeria. His tenure was riddled with so many things. So we had the Chibok girl situation already happened in Jonathan, this thing, but the unrest still continued. Boko Haram, we still had unrest, the herder violence, banditry in northern Nigeria. A lot of things happened. NSAS protest, happened also in 2020 under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is now deceased. We hope that God will grant his soul rest. They are going to let us know the funeral arrangements, right? I believe that as former head of state, former president and all that, there would be some process involved, although maybe his religion will actually come first and you have to, put his body in the earth very quickly as is required as he died a Muslim, you understand? So let's see how that will go. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. The president of Nigeria has passed on. Former president of Nigeria has passed on. If there is any news concerning it, maybe we know the actual ailment that he had, or because the ailment has been kept very secret, nobody knew about it. We just knew that he's been sick for a very long time, right? He was 82. So 82 is old enough. It's old enough, but I would like to hear what you think in the comment section, and if you have any other information, I will definitely relay it to you as the day progresses, as the week progresses, right? Anyways, condolences to his loved ones, to his family, everybody that he has left behind. We pray that God will grant his soul eternal rest. Thank you for watching this video, and bye.